Woke up in the land of smiles, sun shining bright. Elephants wandering through the morning light. Temples glow with gold, the air's alive. Thailand's magic got me feeling so high. From the markets buzzing, colors so bold, to the stories in the streets, ancient and old. Every corner's got a vibe, it's calling my name. Cooper's out here, and I'm loving the game. Coopersthaiadventure, oh what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Coopersthaiadventure, can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. Golden beaches, sand so soft and white. Crystal waves crashing under starlit nights. Snorkel in the cold, dance in the tide. Every moment's a wave, I just wanna ride. Pad thai sizzling, spice lights up my soul. Mango sticky rice, yeah, it makes me whole. Tom Yum's got that kick, flavor so divine. Thailand's food's a feast and it's blowing my mind. Coopersthaiadventure, oh what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Coopersthaiadventure, can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's still my heart. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. From Chiang Mai's mountains to Koh Samui's shore, every step's a story, I'm craving for more. Smiles all around, the people so kind. Thailand's a treasure that's one of a kind. Floating markets, lanterns in the sky. Festivals that spark like the stars up high.
Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to Coopersthaiadventure live stream. Today, got a bit of a special one for you, and that's because I decided to talk about this topic because there's a lot of contention in the West, specifically in Europe, America, Australia, and Canada, about age differences in relationships. And I'm going to apologize first off to everybody going in and out my house. As you can see, Darlene's had a few of the girls over. They're coming in and out and in. There they go. She's decided to have some of the girls over for a girls' night. No problem. They're wrapping up and moving to the kitchen as we speak. So shout out to Darlene, AJ, Jen, and Jackie. And the girls that were here that left and gone home, the other ones. And so I wanted to talk to you all about this because back in the West, if you're a man or a woman and you have a relationship or a marriage with somebody that's more than 10 years age difference, if you're a man, you're called a gigolo. If you're a woman, you're called a cougar. And that's just the way of life in the West, and that's what they do. They will call you, oh, look at this guy, he's a gigolo, you know, she's only with him for her money, you know, or you look at the women that have toy boys, is a want of a better word. Oh, she's a cougar, she must be rich and wealthy, that's why this young guy's with her. They never think about, you know, oh, it must be love. You know, some people are attracted to older women, some people are attracted to younger women, and some women are attracted to older men, younger men, vice versa. My mother, okay, she was older than my father by 15 years. My mom happened to like younger men. My dad liked the fact that she was an older woman. They got married. He was in his early 20s. She was in her mid 30s. And they stayed together up until my dad passed. So, did they get stigma? Yeah, because there was a 15-year age gap between them. Is it right? No. You know, I remember, some of my dad's friends, he told me the story. They were like, right on, Bill, well done. You got yourself an older, mature woman. Well done, buddy. To my mom, a little bit otherwise, she was being told, oh, you got yourself a young man. Yeah, you must be doing something right in the bedroom and stuff like this. So I heard all these things growing up. And to be honest, I thought, hey, it's normal. You know, the West, their attitude is, they care more about what other people do than what they're doing in their own lives. And it's wrong. It's wrong, folks. Here in Asia, they don't care. All right. I'm 56. My wife is 35, just turned 35 in December 13th last year. Her family love me. Okay. I have an excellent relationship with all her family, and they are great and supportive. Now, her mom is 60, only 5 years older than me. Actually, I think she's 61 now, 62. But there's like a 5 to 7 year age gap between me and her mom. And I asked her, before we got married, I said, "How do you feel about this? It's important to me." And she said, "You know what, Cooper? As long as Darlene is happy and you're making my daughter happy, I'm happy for you." She said, "I can see that you both love each other and you're both very happy. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't bother me, the age difference." And here in Thailand, it's pretty much the same thing. You'll see guys that are retirees dating girls in their mid 20s to 30s, and nobody turns their head. Nobody looks and starts talking about them. Oh, look at this old guy with this young woman, starts pointing their fingers like you get in the West. You do get it a lot in the West. Over here, nobody bats an eyelid up. It's perfectly, perfectly normal, is the way they look at it. Hey, you're both two consenting adults. Nobody's taking advantage of the other one. You both know what you're getting into. As long as you're happy, we're happy for you, is the mentality here in Thailand. And we have single men subscribers come over here and join us. And we have single women too. And I see some of the single women. I'm not going to mention anybody's name. I don't do that on our channel. And they're dating younger men and they're having a blast. They are enjoying life. They feel younger. They look healthier. The guys feel younger. They look healthier. They're not hurting anybody. So why the problem in the West? Why can't you just accept it as a society? Why does the West, have this stigmatism, about age differences that are more than 10 years? It shouldn't be that way. It should be, let everybody be. If they're happy, they're not hurting anybody. Nobody's breaking the law. I'm not talking about men going with women under 18 or women doing it with men under 18. No, I'm talking about consenting adults here. Age difference should not make any difference. And in Asia, it doesn't. And I think that's another thing that attracts a lot of people that prefer the age difference. When I met my wife, she said to me, "I don't like men my own age. I want an older man. I want a more mature man, somebody that's more level-headed, more financially stable, not likely to go out and get drunk and have an affair behind me, behind my back." That's what she was looking for, and I was like, okay, I'm attracted to younger women. I like women in their 30s. I think they have a lot of energy and it helps keep me young at the same time. So let me know your thoughts on it. Well, how do you feel about age gaps? Is it something that bothers you? Or is it something that you think the West should just shut the heck up and let people be and enjoy their lives no matter who they are. And so that is today's topic. Let's get started to see who we got in the live stream. And we did post the link here. So the link is the very first pinned comment. So if you want to come on and join in the discussion on the live stream and join the panel, you're more than welcome to click that link. Come on and join us. Let's hear your two thoughts on today's subject. And let's get the show started with the first one up is Roger Walker. It says, good morning, good evening, Cooper, Brooke, and everyone. Thumbs up. Yes, please. If you're watching on the live stream, hit the thumbs up. It's free. If you're watching on the replay, pound it too. If we get 100 thumbs up, YouTube likes it and they promote our videos. So we try and get 100 thumbs up per live stream. And we say thank you to each and every one of you that does it. It is appreciated. And thank you, Roger, for being a channel member with a badge right there next to your name for only $2 a month, helping to support the channel. Appreciate it, buddy. Next up, Michael Villa says, good morning from cold Cape Cod. Warm here in Thailand. And it's a funny story there, Michael. I was talking to a good friend of mine today, and I said to him, I said, if you were to told your friends back home that it's 85 degrees in Thailand, but it's too cold to go swimming, they'd look at you like you're freaking crazy. But it is. It's 85 here in Thailand right now, and the pool is too cold, so I'm not going in there until it gets to 95 and the water warms up. Nomad Jack is next up. Says, good evening, Coop and guest, if any. Have a great show. And thank you, Nomad Jack. Nobody chose to come on and join us. They're all too shy today. No problem. I can talk for everybody. And Nomad is in a similar situation as me. He's in his 70s. Very nice young man. And his lovely wife, Pinky, is about to turn 50 this week. So happy birthday to Pinky. And they've been married for many wonderful years and are very, very happy. So there's one I can talk about. Tim P says, good day to the CBD gang and everyone. Hoping all is well your way. It is. Thank you, Timmy, for coming on and joining us. Terry Fallon says, hello, Coop, Brooke, and Darlene, to all in the chat. Thank you, Terry, from Bancroft, Ontario. And thank you, too, for being a channel member. Four Dog says, good evening, Mr. Coop and Mr. Schneider from good old West Virginia and everyone in the chat. Hello, Four Dog. When you're back in Thailand, buddy, I know you're supposed to be coming back sometime this year. Las Vegas Trader says, good to see you back. Doing your podcast. I missed you. We missed you guys too. And yeah, we're back now until the 4th of June, which is our next cruise. We'll be going on Norwegian Cruise Line from Turkey to the Greek islands and then finishing in Venice, Italy. So looking forward to that next cruise coming up the first week of June. So we'll be here live every week until then. Ken Beck says, good morning from the land of snow, Iowa. And good evening, Ken, from the land of smiles and warm weather in Pattaya, Thailand. Tim P says, at Terry Fallon, morning, Terry. Hope all is well out in Ontario. Dutch Buddha says, thanks for creating and sharing. And thank you, Dutch. Much appreciated for coming on and joining us. Let's get the show started. Let us know your thoughts and today's topic. Are you a gigolo? Are you somebody that likes an age difference to the upside or downside? Let us know in the comments and how you feel about if you don't, other people that do. Does it bother you? Is it something that upsets you when you see a guy in his 50s or 60s and he's dating a girl at 25? How do you feel about it? Tim P says he gave the thumbs up. Thank you, Timmy. Rodney says, good morning, Coop and Darlene. This is going to be a great topic today. Chime in, Rodney. I want to hear everybody's thoughts about age differences. Does it matter to you? Is it something that bothers you? Or are you like, hey, man, we need to grow up as a society. Let people enjoy their lives. As long as they're not hurting anybody, they're consenting adults. Hey, I'm all for them. Or I'm somebody that would like to have a younger woman to help keep me young as well. Or a younger man, if you're a woman, let us know in the live stream. Michael Villa says, it's always about money in the West, but poor guys anywhere are screwed. Money and love are completely opposite. Well, yeah, you got a point there, Michael. I agree to you in some respects. I mean, no woman is going to want to be in a relationship with somebody that's collecting food stamps, unless they're in the same situation. But no, I mean, of course, they want somebody that's stable. You want a woman that's going to be mature enough, somebody that's going to take care of you, keep your home clean, be able to cook you good meals. It's no good being married or being in love with a woman that says, I ain't doing any of that. Hey, you want to cook? Hire one. You want somebody to clean the house? Get a maid. I ain't doing that. And you're buying me everything expensive. A lot of men are like, I'll go to Asia and I'll find me a better one. But yeah, some of what is to do with money. You're right, Michael. But it's not all about money. It's that you're financial stable. I'm far from being a rich guy. So my wife knew exactly how much I had in the bank before we got married, and what I was worth. And it's not a whole hell of a lot of money, I'll tell you right now. But she knew it. And she was like, yeah, as long as we can live, I'm happy. As long as we're not going to go homeless or anything. No, we're not going to go homeless. We'll always have a roof over our head, but I can't promise you, 5-star vacations every year. We go on a cruise. I do it on the cheap. It costs me on average $2,000 per cruise. That's it. That's what it costs me. And I can save that on my income that I have every month. Tim P says 20s is too young for me. 30s to early 40s, I can live with. Okay, Tim, how old are you, buddy? Let us know in the chat how old you are so we can sort of work out the age difference there of what you're thinking. Nomad Jack says, hey, 67. Hey, babe, is Jack 67 or is he in his 70s? Darlena, I'm going to fact check you right now, Jack. How old is Nomad Jack? How old is Nomad Jack? He's in his 70s, isn't he? Close to Brooke's age?
Yeah. I don't know.
He's saying he's 67 in the chat. She said, yeah, don't know. Michael says, I could never be with anybody younger than my daughter. Yeah, I can respect that. Darlene is actually 2 years older than my oldest child. She said she would have had a problem with it if she was younger. But being just 2 years older somehow made her more comfortable. I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't understand how women think. Even though I did read the book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, I still don't understand. Terry Fallon says, I think a lot of people in the West are too judgmental. I do. They should mind their own damn business, live and let live, I say. I say the same thing. And okay, am I biased because my wife is 20 years younger than me? Of course I am. I can admit it. I can put my hand up and say, yeah, I admit it. I'm biased because my wife is 20 years younger. Would I be equally happy with somebody that was the same age as me? Probably. But I didn't fall in love with somebody the same age as me. I happened to fall in love with a woman that was 20 years younger, and she fell in love with me at the same time. So it just happened to work out that way. But yeah, I agree, Terry. Too many judgmental people in the West. Rodney says, what should it matter if two people love each other? Exactly. And I think that right there is a big reason why a lot of people choose Thailand. Okay, you have the weather, you have the affordability of everything, the 5-star condominium complexes out here for less than quarter what you would pay in the US for the same thing. That's a big attraction. But also, I think a lot of people choose Thailand as a retirement destination because they're tired of all the stigmatization, Rodney. I think that, the reason we have people that are gay that have joined our community because they're tired of everybody gay bashing them for being gay in the US. They do their own thing and they're happy. They don't show it or flash it in front of our faces, but they're happy that they're not being judged or, stigmatized here. Same with those people out that want a younger wife or girlfriend or whatever relationship. They can come here and get it. And I think it's a good thing. I honestly do. I think the world has become too judgmental. I think the world likes to point fingers and say, hey, look at this person, pointing faults with anything that they can. But Thailand is extremely rude to point. You will very, very rare see a Thai person pointing unless they're giving you directions. If you say to the Thai person, hey, my bike's got a flat tire, where can I get it fixed? They may say, oh, you go block over here and, turn right at this light, and there's a place there that fixes scooter tires. They'll point in that direction to tell you where it is. But you won't see Thais in general out in public pointing at people across the tables from them in restaurants or on the beach or anything like that, because they consider it very, very rude to point. I think that's a good thing too. Michael Villa says, love does not have a price tag. Being comfortable is key. Absolutely. Does love have a price tag for you, babe? No.
Always give me 10 baht.
I always give you 10 baht. And are you happy with 10 baht?
No.
She says, oh, I want to go into town. Here you go, babe. There's 10 baht. Baht bus. 33 US cents. Not bad, huh? Roger says, I think everybody should live their life the way they want. I myself like younger ladies. A lot of us do. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as the woman that you like is happy and she likes older men, you're not hurting anybody. How is her family going to feel about it? In Thailand, it's perfectly normal. You'll see older Thai men with younger Thai women. It's all over the place. They're used to it. We as expats from the West, we're not used to it. It's stigmatized. You're bashed if you're seen to be like that, and it's a shame. It's a shame, but it needs to be talked about. What's it going to be like for you if you're like me and Roger? You happen to be attracted to younger women. It's a preference. I like white cars. It's a preference. Have I owned other colors? Yes, but I prefer white. If I'm going to buy a new car, I want it to be white. If I'm going to buy a motorbike, I want it to be black. I like black motorbikes. I like white cars. I have preferences of food types that I eat, drinks that I drink that I have preferences for, women that I date. Again, they're all preferences. Some people like women with black hair. Some like women with blonde hair. Some men like women with long hair, short hair. They're all preferences. You'll have women out there say, oh, I couldn't date a guy with a mustache or a beard. I don't like it. I want a man that's clean shaven. They have their preferences too. Everybody's got their preferences. But why should you be stigmatized against it because of a preference? If you happen to be attracted to a younger woman, it's not a bad thing. What's bad is if she's not of legal age. Okay, I'm 100% against that. I'm not talking about that. This is two consenting adults. And I'm 100% okay with that. What do I consider a consenting adult? I consider that a woman over 25. Why not 18? Because I think a woman over 18 isn't of the right mind to be able to make a decision of what she wants over their future. She's too young she wants to be enjoying herself, hanging out with other people her own age. I think by the time she's getting to 25, she's thinking about a future. She's thinking about family, thinking about children, thinking about a home, work, things that she wants to do in her life. I think once a woman hits that age, they became like us men when we hit 35 and we're like, okay, we need to knuckle down. We need to start thinking about pension. We need to think about savings. We've been out partying for the last 15 years. We become at that maturity, I would say about 35. And for women, that's about 25. And Tim P says, just turned 60 here, Coop. So Tim P just turned 60 and he prefers a woman in the 30s to 40s. Well, there you go. That's 30 20 to 30 year age gap. Same as what it is for me and Darlene. I'm 56, she's 35, 21 year age gap. Yeah, about the same there, Tim. Marpa 47 says, been married to my beautiful Thai wife over 30 years, and I am so lucky. Well done, Marpa. Hats off and respect to you, buddy. 30 for over 30 years, that is a great thing. So I got a lot of respect for those that have stuck it out, you know, for all these years. Darlene and I have been together 7 years. Coming up next month, 8 years, February. Tim P says, and fully retired. Well done, 60. Excuse me, frog in my throat there. Drink some coffee. And Terry says to Marpa, who's retired at 60, good for you. Congratulations. Oh, no, for being married for 30 years. Yeah, because Terry's been with his wife for a long time. He's fully retired now, and he's just waiting for his wife to retire so they can come and spend their retirement here with us good folks in Thailand. Marpa says, thank you, dear Terry Fallon. Rodney, hey, Coop, I'm 70, and when I get to the land of smiles, I'm going to look for a 40-year-old. You'll find them all over the place. The 40-year-old women here are so grateful when an expat gives them attention. Because a lot of what they see here is what I like to call the 1 week millionaire. People come over on vacation and they got money to burn and they're throwing it away like there's no tomorrow, and they're chasing the young girls. And the 40-year-old girls rarely get a look in. But so when it does happen, oh boy, they're going to treat you like a king. They're going to do everything they can for you and make you extremely happy. You are going to be smiling from ear to ear, Rodney. I promise you, buddy. So many of our subscribers that are in shoes like you, that are your age, that are looking for that 40-year-old woman, that have found them. I've rarely seen anybody happier in our community. The 70-year-old person is extremely happy. The 40-year-old woman is like, yeah, I finally found my man. I thought it was never going to happen for me. You know, so you get the happiness on both sides of the fence. And that's a pretty good age gap. I'd say 30 years is perfectly understandable. With you being 70, her being 40, well, she's 25 years. Well, what's it? 15 years over 25. So she knows exactly what she wants in life. Robert Pierpont says, Coop, she knew I wasn't rich. You are very rich for the Philippines. Maybe not from America, but when you can afford all these cruises and be shopping sprees, that's very well off for her. Yes, I would say that's true. That is well off for her. But that would, somebody that went to university, became a lawyer or a doctor, I suppose, would be on the same sort of income I am. So yeah, I guess you could say that she's landed herself like a lawyer or a doctor financially from her country to mine. And I do cruises. It's a hobby of mine. I got Darlene into it. We went on our very first cruise on our honeymoon. She absolutely loved it. We're not dining at 5-star restaurants. We're eating at the buffet. You know, it's not the most expensive cruise line in the world. It's an average one for us expats. Norwegian Cruise Line is sort of like middle of the road. It's not the budget cruise cheap ones, and it's not the most expensive one. It's sort of somewhere there in the middle. But yeah, you got a point there, Robert. For her, yeah, it is a better life, and that's what she wants. And she gives me what I want. I give her what I want. It's what she wants. It's a trade-off, folks. Anybody that says a relationship is not a trade-off is not in a serious relationship. You know, there's going to be things that you expect out of a relationship from your partner, and then your partner is going to expect other things from the relationship from you. So it is a trade-off. It is. And Terry says, I feel fortunate to live in a very accepting country. Our diversity is what makes us stronger. There you go. So that's all we're asking for. Treat us, you know, fairly. Allow us to live our lives. Allow us to be happy with the one that we're with. Stop complaining. Live your life. Come to Asia, and where everything is pretty much accepted. Robert Pierpoint says, silver vehicles are the best. I did have a silver car. Yes, I had one. And it was a Toyota. Oh my God. It was a silver Toyota. Whoa. I can't remember the name of the car. It was a coupe, sports coupe. But yeah, it was a nice car. But it was metallic silver, so it looked kind of special. Because silver looks the cleanest, even when it's a little dirty. Yeah, silver looks good, but white is my personal favorite. Michael Villa says, I believe being with a person closer to my age is better for me. Okay. I can't find anyone in the USA that wants a slightly used Marine. Come out here, Michael. I guarantee you they will be very happy for a expat, former Marine, and they will love you because you're going to take care of them. That's it. You're going to take care of them. You're going to make them happy. They're going to take care of you. They're going to make you happy. It's a trade-off. And you will fall in love, folks. You know, it's for those that say it's all about the money initially, I would say, but love does happen, you know. And it happens on both sides. I've seen it with our own eyes. We've been doing over YouTube this channel over 2 years, folks. We have over 2,000 of our subscribers on our Facebook group. We have over 500 that have joined us out here. And we see it on a daily basis when we meet up with our subscribers after we haven't seen them for a few months and they're settled in and they're happy. They're in relationships and they're like, Coop, everything you said was true. Everything you said was true. You know, these women are very loving. They're very tentative. They're very caring. You know, I miss that. And for me, that's why I prefer Asian women. Because I think a lot of Western women, and I'm not being anti-Western women, have changed, they've matured through the years. I remember in speaking to my grandmother, that was the way of the world back then. You know, back in the 1940s, it was expected. The man was out at work, the woman was at home taking care of the kids and taking care of the husband and the house. And I love that attitude. I have not matured with the American women. I have not matured to their way of thinking. I'm still an old-fashioned man and I want an old-fashioned woman. It's just a preference. I got nothing against American women that want to be that way. I just want a woman my way, just like they want a man their way. All of us have choices. All of us have opinions. All of us have things that we want and expect from our partner. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. And Michael, you will be very happy when you're here, buddy. Terry Fallon says, Coop, we've been together for 28 wonderful years. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. Well done, Terry. Hats off and respect to you. And to the other gentleman, that Marpa, that been in a relationship for 30 years with his Thai wife. It happens, but it's rarer nowadays. I think, what's the statistics now? Every 3 in 5 marriages end in divorce. I think it's something fantastic like that. I'd have to Google search it again, but I think predominantly it's like 70% of people that get married end up in divorce in the first 10 years. You know, because maybe they don't respect the meaning of marriage. And they're like, you know what? I'm fed up. I'll just get rid of her and I'll get another woman, or I'll get rid of him and I'll get another man. Who knows? I don't know. But Darlene's my third wife. And my first wife had an affair on me, while I was in the military. I was in Iraq, found out she had an affair. I divorced her straight up. My second wife, we had a joint bank account. She emptied my bank account, divorced her. I said, okay, bye. Darlene and I been together almost 8 years, and I trust her more than I ever did the other two. But I think it's great when I hear stories from people that say, hey, I've been with my partner for 20 years. I've been with my partner for 30 or 40 or 50 years. I think it's absolutely fantastic, because I know how hard it is to trust and give your whole life, your soul, your mind, your body, your heart, that much commitment into a relationship. It's not an easy thing. It takes a special person to get you to give that much. And they have to be willing, in my opinion, to give the equal amount in return. Because if they ain't willing to give the equal amount in return, that automatically going to throw up a brick wall in front of my defenses. It's like, hey, whoa, wait a minute. She ain't feeling the same way I'm feeling. It's time to, jump off this ship and jump onto the next one. So hats off to those that have made it through all these years. I hope, in 10 years, I can say the same and say, hey, guess what? Darlene and I have been together for 18 years now. And maybe we'll be considered part of the 20-year club from all of you. I'm still around in that long. Let's hope I am. I'd like to see Bitcoin hit $1 million. That's my dream before I go. Michael Villa says, I will be coming to the land of smiles to find my Filipino princess. There are plenty of Filipinas here in Thailand. We actually know a couple single ones. One of them's got a crush on Ernie. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to embarrass the poor girl. But yeah, I think there's a Facebook community with over 60,000 Filipinos here, men and women from the Philippines in Thailand, working as school teachers. Quite a big, because they speak great English. Tim P says, very true, Coop. As they say, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. That's the trade-off. That is the trade-off, in a relationship. And if a woman wants to be treated equal in a relationship, she should be willing to give equal into that relationship. And for me, I tried dating older women, but my problem was, and this was my problem, I found that they were too set in their ways, too headbound on not wanting to change, not wanting to do things that they felt, oh, that's above me. With Darlene, when we met, she couldn't do enough for me. She was very tentative, cleaning my fingernails, cutting my eyebrows. She cut my eyebrows just today before we went on the live stream. She's like, baby, that you got some stragglers there. Let me get the clippers and just cut them for you. Things like that. It means things to us guys. These little extra things that these Filipino women do, and Asian women do. It means something, and it's special. And I thank my wife every day. I say, thanks, babe. By the way, have I told you that I love you? Because she is special. You are. Your girls all waving. Look at them going there. There's 4 Filipinos leaving my house. Who's the gigolo now, huh? But yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for as men, Tim. We want an equal. We want a woman that's willing to put in 100%. If we're going to put in 100%, if they're going to put in 25, we are going to only put in 25. That's the way it should be. If you're going to give it your all, I'll give it my all. But if you're not, then maybe you're not the right woman for me. Is what I would say. Robert says, I live in a state where 16-year-olds are legal. Is that even legal in the Philippines? It's sure not legal in most states. I always scratch my head at laws in my state. Okay, here's the way it is in the Philippines. Yes, 16 is the age of consent for sex. However, if you're over the age of 16, say you're a man that's 18 to 20 and the girl is 16, you're breaking the law. That's simple. Just like in the US. If you had sex and you were under 18 and the girl was under 18, it's all okay. But if you're over 18 and she's under 18, then it's considered statutory rape. I got a friend of mine, Eric. He was in the Naval Academy to become an officer. And he got liberty on his, the time he got liberty, it was just after his 21st birthday. And in the state of California, you got to be 21 to drink. So we took him out to a club to celebrate him turning 21. And there was a girl that was there and gave him the goo-goo eyes all night long. They ended up hooking up and they had sex and she got pregnant. Well, she was not 21. She wasn't even 18. She borrowed her sister's ID to get in the club that said that she was over 21. Now, we all thought she was minimum 22, 23, minimum. And she wasn't. Turned out she was only 16. And he got arrested and kicked out of the Navy and charged with statutory rape because she was only 16. And even though she didn't want to press charges, her parents did. And to this day, I don't think Eric's ever seen the baby. I don't think he ever did. But I know his career was ruined after that. And he was put on a sex offenders watch list. I remember that happening, but I haven't spoken to Eric. Oh, God. We lost contact. I think he, the last time I saw him was before the millennium. And he was living in Boise, Idaho. I don't know where he's at now. The mobile number I had for him was disconnected. So maybe he lost his phone and had to get a new phone. I don't know, but we lost touch. And it was a shame. It completely and utterly destroyed his life because she lied about her age. And, you know, it's... I agree that 16 years old for consent for sex is a bit young. I think that I think it should be 18. If you ask me, I think it should be 18. Did I have sex before I was 18? Yes, I did. Do I wish I had waited till 18? Heck yeah, you know, I do. But no, I think it should be 18. But then you got kids that be kids, they do stupid things, you know. Lucky for me, when I did it, I used a rubber, you know. I don't have any kids out there that I'm not aware of, thank God. Heath McDaniel says 47, I believe, is the divorce rate. 47%? Where would that be 47? Would that be planet-wide, or are we talking US, Heath? I think it's a bit higher than that in the good old US of A. Robert says divorce rates are has dropped in the States, but not because there are actually less divorces. It's because less people are getting married now. Or maybe it's because divorce is too freaking expensive, so you just go your own way and never bother filing because it's going to cost you too much. Lawyers are expensive, man. My brother, he got divorced and he was going through child custody court, and I think it's cost him something like $100,000 just to get access to his daughter, to be able to spend time with her. Crazy, crazy prices, for lawyers nowadays in the States. Mike Dottie says, Coop, in the US, a large issue is finances. Yep. In my opinion, the government makes it very hard to live a traditional life where the man is the provider. That Western life is toxic. Yes. A lot of career women out there. I got nothing wrong with career women, but me, I'd rather have a stay-at-home mom. I'm one of those old-fashioned ones. I would feel threatened, I guess, if Darlene had a job and she earned more than me. I would be, I don't know how I'd feel about that, But yeah, large issues are finance, and government make it hard to live a traditional life where the man is the provider. Yeah, maybe because they expect everybody to be working, paying taxes to Uncle Sam. Who knows? Tim P says, I have a friend who's been in Pattaya for 15 years now. Okay. When he comes home for a visit, within 2 days, his Thai girlfriend is calling to check up on him and to see if he's behaving himself. Now, that right there, Tim, is a good, caring woman. Darlene does that. Darlene and I got married in Kuwait. I would go to work. She would sit and talk to me. I was working nights. I was working a supervisor on night shift, and she would talk to me all night while I was at work. She wouldn't sleep. I don't want to sleep alone at night. Then I'll wait till you come home, and then we both go to sleep. But she was always calling me at work and talking to me on video call while I'm there, typing away on the computer doing my job. And when she goes to the Philippines to spend time with the kids or see the family, she'll be on the phone with me all the time that I'm over here, not so much because she doesn't trust me, just because she misses me. That's love, in my opinion. Your friend Tim that's been in Pattaya for 15 years, I'm sure his girlfriend is madly in love and doesn't want to lose him. She wants him to know, hey, I'm in love with you. You're my boo. And don't matter where you are in the world, I'm still gonna be here for you, when you come back, and let you know that I'm still thinking of you, even though you're gone. I like that. I do like that from a woman. It shows me that she cares. It shows me that that you're being thought about, even though you're not with each other at that specific time. I think that's fantastic. To me, that's a romantic thing. I love it when Darlene does that. I really do. Marpa says, thank you for your service to our country. And thank you, dear Michael Villa. Yes, thank you, Michael. You will find a woman here in Thailand who really cares for you. You will. Yes, sadly, it doesn't seem to be happening in America. It's different mentalities. People are changing. Society is changing. Us men, we don't like to change so much, do we? We like things a certain way, and that's the way we want it. Men, when we go shopping at a mall, we know exactly what we want before we even get out the car or the taxi or the bus. We know exactly what we want. We go in, we get it, and we get the F out. Women, on the other hand, they will know what they want, but they will still go shopping around for hours on hours on hours again, and then leave the mall. Us men are built completely different. We know what we want. We got things set in our minds. We know what we want out of a partner. We know what we want in our shopping. We know what we want out of a car, a motorbike, a holiday, everything in life. We know exactly what we want down to the T. And it's hard for us men in the West, because trying to find that woman that we want is getting harder and harder and harder and harder. because women are changing and they're evolving. We don't want that change. We're like simpletons. We want, hey, I want this easy life. I don't want this high stress life. I want this nice, easy life, you know? And that's what we want as men. And it's getting harder and harder to find it. That's why we're choosing places like Asia, because the women remind us of what it is that we want, what we saw as we were growing up, how our family were, how our tree was, you know, the dad, the mom, the kids, and everybody knew their place in the family. And that's what we want. We want women to be old fashioned again, and women don't want to be. So we flock over to Asia. And that's why I see a lot of single retirees moving out here. Michael Villa says, do the Filipino women have visas or do they work? How do they support themselves? The Filipinos here work. They get visas real easy because the Philippines and Thailand have an agreement. So they don't need a visa to come here as a tourist. They get it automatically, like we do the same 60-day stamp when we come into Suvarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok there, Michael. And they come over here, and there's agents, recruiters, call it, in the Philippines that look for people that have teaching degrees, and, you know, they send them to different countries around the world and, you know, to work. And one of those countries that people flock to is Thailand because it's very close to the Philippines and easy for them to go home and visit their families. So yeah, they work. There's quite a few school teachers in the area, Filipino school teachers. Darlene's friends with several. Tim P says, in my part of Canada, you have to be 18 to drink, 18 to vote, 16 to buy cigarettes legally, and 16 is age of consent. Okay. Well, in my area, when I was growing up, 16 was the age of consent for sex. 18, you could legally die for your country in the military, but you couldn't have a drink until you were 21. 21 was the legal age to have alcohol in the state of California when I was growing up. Weird, huh? Mark Schaefer says, hi, Cooper. To me, the issue is that a Western woman requires an unattainable standard to provide for themselves, where I could provide for an Asian lady very well and make her very happy. Yes. Standards go up in the West as they do in Asia. You know, the cost of living in Asia has gone up equally the same amount in the US and the West, I would say, but on a percentage basis is what I'm talking about. When I first came to Thailand and they built the first condo, it was only $100 a month for rent. That was it, $100 a month to rent a one-bedroom condo when they first came out here at the Millennium. Now, $300-400 is the normal price. Well, if you go back 25 years ago in the US, you can rent out a one-bedroom apartment for $1,000 25 years ago. Now it's $2,000 to $3,000. So it's gone up equally amount with the West as well as Asia. But the Asia was so cheap to begin with that we're still seeing the same amount of savings by moving here compared to the West. And that's one thing I really do love about Thailand. Yes, the prices will go up in the next 25 years. But if they go up in line with what they have been going over the last 25 years, that $300 apartment that you get right now would be $900 in 25 years' time. That $3,000 apartment that you're looking in Las Vegas or Hawaii or California or New York, it's probably going to be close to 10,000, ain't it? That's what's going to happen with the demonetization over the future. Alfa Romeo says, good evening from Udon Thani. Hello, Romeo from Udon. Having a blast, heading to Chiang Mai tomorrow. See you in a few days. I love this place. Come back. We're looking for a go-kart challenge, buddy. Let me just wet the lips. Good discussion today. I like it. Heath McDaniel says, we are creatures of habit, usually can memorize where things are what we want. Yes. And that is the hardest part for us men being in a relationship. Because before you're in a relationship, you know where everything is in your home. I knew where everything was in my house in Kuwait. When Darlene and I got together, within 6 months, I knew where nothing was. Babe, where's my car keys? Where's my wallet? Where's my glasses? Where's my uniform for work? Where's my shoes? Where's my socks? I had to ask where everything was. What'd you do with my favorite cup? You know, where's my cutting knife? You know, all sorts of things I'd ask her because I didn't know. She would rearrange the whole place, and not to be awkward, because she wanted to make it look nice. Us men, we live in chaos, but we know where everything is. We call it organized chaos. I could tell you where everything was, even though it looked messy at times. I still knew where everything was in my house. When Darlene came and she tidied it all up, I knew where nothing was, absolutely nothing. But then I worked 15 hours a day for Uncle Sam in Kuwait. And when I came home, the only thing I wanted to do is get a shower and get to sleep because I had to get up in 6 hours to get ready for work again. Alfa Romeo says, I'm back for the upcoming go-kart challenge. Wouldn't miss it for the world. Okay, see you soon, Romeo. Terry Fallon says, at Alpha, glad you're having a great time, buddy. Alpha says, my Thai girlfriend calls me in AM before I start working the day. Yeah, there you go. There's love. Then at night before she ends her day. Nothing but love and respect. I feel like I'm wonderful. Won the lottery, I guess, each day. Did I mention I love this? Yes, you did. And what is the age difference, Romeo, between you and Pin? Let us know in the comments. Tim P says, I just want someone to make me chicken noodle soup when I'm sick. Over here, they make you, oh God, what's that dish called? Tom Yum Goong. Tom Yum Goong. That is spicy curry soup. Whatever ailment you got, it's good. You got a runny nose, Tom Yum Goong. Sore throat, Tom Yum Goong. Chest cough, Tom Yum Goong. Yeah, problems going number 1, number 2, Tom Yum Goong. Guaranteed you will go the very next day. You got problems where you can't do a number 2 in the mornings, and maybe you go 2-3 days without going. Eat Tom Yum Goong over here. You are guaranteed to go the next day, and it burns twice. 2 rewards for it. Burns you once going in, once going out. That will pass through your system very good, quick, and it's delicious too. It's called Tom Yum Goong. Robert Pierpont said, Coop, did you call the guy that had the affair with your wife, Jody? I never served, but everyone I know that did serve and the wife cheated, it was always with Jody. That's the nickname for those guys. I have no idea what the guy's name was. But I know that on the second day I got home from Iraq, I was washing my uniform and I pulled it out of the wash machine to put it into the dryer. And guess what? I found a pair of underwear that weren't mine. And I was like, those are men's underwear. It's not mine. And there's only one explanation for it. And I do not wear Calvin Klein. I never have, never will. And I knew she was having an affair. And it was a neighbor that had confirmed it and said, yeah, you know, while you've been gone, there's been a guy coming over, and he sometimes doesn't leave until early hours of the morning. You know, we can hear through the walls. I lived in one of those joined houses where your next door neighbor's house, the living room wall was connected. You know, that's the way it is in England. And yeah, my ex-wife, my first wife, she was British. Her name was Lorraine. And I remember I came home, I found those underwear in the wash machine that weren't mine, and I was like, okay. And then I went and saw my neighbor Rick, and he was like, yeah, there's something definitely going on, you know, but I'm not gonna. You need to ask her about it. And so I did, and you know, she caved and cried and said I was lonely, and it just happened. Well, according to the neighbors and the friends that I had in the area, it didn't just happen once. It happened several dozens of times. So for me, grounds for divorce. And I knew she was no longer the one for me. Terry Fallon says that Tim P, that's not too much to ask for. Yeah, somebody to make you chicken soup when you're sick. Darlene's been good to me when I've been sick. I haven't been sick very often. I've got a very high metabolism, but she's always got the medicine and handy. She knows where it is, and she's like, "Do you want me to make you coffee? How about I make you some lemon tea?" And you know, she gets me cold towels and she'll put them on my head if I got a fever. Yeah, she's been good as gold to me. Absolutely good as gold. I can't fault Darlene at all when I'm sick. Very rare. I think I've only in the 7 years we've been together, I've only been sick what, once or twice, honey? How many times have I been sick since we've been together, honey? Twice. There you go. John P says at Robert, yes, that is true. Heath says that's as bad as me finding pregnancy test in the car, as I've had a vasectomy already done. Ditto. Oh, that would be a good one there. Yes, I had a vasectomy. When I was divorcing my first wife because we had 3 kids, and I was like, that's it. I am done. Never again. So yeah, that was, oh my God, what was that? About 27, 26 years ago. Yeah. And I told Darlene, I said, look, because she had 2 kids when I met her. And I said, look, I said, if you're looking for a relationship and you're looking to get married and you're looking to have children, I'm the wrong guy because I've had the snip. And she said, that's okay. I've got 2 kids that I don't want anymore. I'm like, okay, great. Fantastic. I believe in letting your partner know early. You know, don't hold it and wait till late on in the relationship when you already got feelings and then spring it on them. Tell them straight up, honest from the get-go. Tim P says that Terry Fallon, it was for my ex-wife. Her cooking skills consisted of pork chops, mashed potatoes, and green giant niblets corn. Did I mention I no longer eat any of the above? No, you didn't. At Tim P and Terry Fallon. Alpha says, hello, Terry. 14-year age difference between the food munchkin and I. All good and wouldn't change anything. I am one happy Kapoor. Okay. And well done, Alpha Romeo. Yeah, he likes older women. So Pin is 14 years older than Alpha. Nothing wrong with that. It's all good. Joking, she's 14 years younger. Live and learn when Mike says, good evening, DJ Cooper and Darlene. Beautiful, cool night and jumped in by the beach. Glad you're out here, Mikey, enjoying it. Hope to see you on Monday, where we'll be at the clubhouse on Jumpton Beach Road for breakfast at 10:30. And Brooke and I will be back on the live stream on Mondays and Wednesdays, Saturday, just me and the panel, when the panel wants to come on and join. So come one and all. And every Friday night at 5:30 p.m., we're at the clubhouse for dinner. Great food and live entertainment there, music. So good place to be on a Friday night. Roger Walker says, I like Asian lady skin color. That's another thing. I love brown skin on a woman. I've never been attracted to pale skin on a woman. I like a nice tan. Asians have that all over body tan, and it's not the fake spray on one or the salon one, you know, or the one that makes you look like you got skin cancer. They're just a beautiful tan color. And here's the funny thing about it, Roger. If you ask most white women, they all tell you they want to be brown. But if you ask most Asian women, they'll all tell you they want to be white. They don't like being brown. They want the white skin. It's just a funny thing. It is a funny thing. White women want to be brown and brown women want to be white. And us guys, we just want to be happy. We just want to be loved. We want to be respected. We want to be appreciated, you know, for the things we do. If a woman's going to appreciate their man, then there's nothing that that man ain't going to do for that woman. You know, if she's going to keep the house clean for him, she's going to cook for him, and she's going to keep him happy in the bedroom. Well, my God, that woman's going to have everything that she wants in her life. She wants nice clothes. She wants beautiful hair. She wants her nails done. Man's going to be happy to provide all that. Say, hey, you're giving me everything I want. Heck yeah, I'm too happy to give you everything you want. It's a trade-off. And it's a good trade-off. You know, the women feel like they're loved and appreciated. The men feel like they're loved and appreciated. At the end of the day, we just want to be happy. We want to be happy. We want to be in love. We want to be smiling, enjoying life. Who wants a stress life? Nobody. Stress is the easiest, quickest way to end your life. I watched an interview with Joe Rogan and the guy from Landman, the actor there, Billy Bob Thornton. And it was an excellent interview. And Billy Bob Thornton was telling Joe Rogan that his doctor advised him not to quit smoking. He's a smoker. And advised him not to quit smoking because of all the stress he was under in his life. And Billy said that he spoke to his doctor and he says, it helps me deal with the stress. And he says, good, don't stop. He said, because if you stop smoking and you have all that stress, you'll probably be dead in a year. Because stress will kill you quicker than anything else. Is a stressful life, you know, it's a soul destroyer. You know, I remember when my grandmother died. My grandfather died, sorry. Within 2 months, my grandmother died. It was loneliness and the stress of losing, you know, the man that she'd been married to for almost 60 years. You know, she died of what we like to call a broken heart. But what a way to go. I'd rather die of a broken heart than die of a brain aneurysm because, you know, I was stressed out all my life. You know, I think it was sad that she's gone, of course. But you could see it that the love that those two had, they just couldn't be apart from each other. And within 2 months, she passed away too. Ken Beck says, I love the "it just happened" excuse. Yeah, that's what my ex-wife said to me. Lorraine, she says, well, it just happened. You know, like it was a one-night stand. You know, he was helping me do the garden and it slipped and fell in. You know, I was drunk and I didn't know what I was doing, and he was drunk too, and we ended up, it happened. Well, how does it happen several dozen times if it just happened? Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Alfa Romeo says, heading out for another bite to eat and a cold brown pop. John and Yupin say hello. Cheers. And hello to John and Yupin. Thank you for coming on and watching Coopersthaiadventure live stream with Alpha and Pin. And happy camper laughing out loud. What a Sale says, hello, Cooper from Corpus Christi, Texas. Happy day. Yes, it is a happy day. Talking about love, romance, and age differences for men and women that want to come here and retire. Women are equally allowed to date younger men. Why can't they? We can date younger women. Why can't they date younger men? I don't consider them a cougar. I consider them happy and in love. We have several female subscribers out here that fit that category and have a very, very healthy dating life, and they're happy with it. Very happy. It's not just men, it's women too. We all have a right to be happy. Why not be happy in Asia? Robert says, in America, you just have to avoid high maintenance chicks. Yep. I have never dated high maintenance chicks. High maintenance types are for one night stands only. They deserve love, but only for one night. Yeah, because we can't afford them. That's why, Robert. These high maintenance women, I couldn't afford them. Well, I was a staff sergeant in the Army. I ain't making a lot of money. Nah. If I did get with a high maintenance woman, it was probably at a club and just for one night, and then I never saw them again. It was animal magnetism, I guess you could call it. But nah, I prefer, a down-to-earth woman, loving, caring, supportive. I'm happy. That's all I ask for. I'm a simpleton, and I'm sure a lot of our subscribers, a lot of you guys are simpletons, feeling the same way as I do. You just want a simple woman to be happy with. Nothing wrong with the high maintenance ones. I wish them the best. I hope they marry that basketball player, football player, movie star, rock and roll singer, politician, whatever it is that they're with, a high maintenance career man. I hope they find the one they're looking for. Heath McDaniel says, why I live alone here. Just me and the dog, less stress, and I haven't had a cigarette since October. No vape, no nothing. Well done, Heath. Well done to you, buddy. Cigarettes are expensive in the West, I know. I bought a carton of cigarettes at Taiwan airport to bring back to Thailand. I couldn't believe it. It was $5. $5 for the whole carton for 10 packs of cigarettes, 200 cigarettes. Couldn't believe it. $5. That's it. And there was tax in that. Even though it was duty free, the government still has a percentage of tax in there. So, yeah, couldn't believe. I got friends in Australia. They're telling me, Coop, a pack of cigarettes is now $60 a pack of cigarettes in Australia. Wow. And you can get it at Taiwan for $5. What's that tell you? You're paying way too much. There's too much tax involved there. What a Sale says, great point, Coop. Couples need to respect and give each other the love and all they need to feel loved. Then the relationship works. Of course it is. Let me ask you guys something. Because predominantly most of my subscribers are male. I think it's something like 5 to 7% are female. But if you had a woman that was giving you, respecting all your needs, and I mean all, including in the bedroom, would you bother having an affair on her? Would you be looking at another woman, to spend the night with, or have that sneaky little get together, on a secluded beach where nobody can see you? No. Because at the end of the day, you're like, I ain't cheating on my woman, because I know how hard it is to find a woman like this that does everything I'm looking for in a relationship, that goes the extra mile to make me happy. Those are the faithful guys. When that woman respects that man's needs that much, then he ain't going to be looking at no woman. He ain't going to be, out there going, man, I wish I was with her tonight. No. We may look and say, oh, that's a pretty girl, or that's a beautiful woman. But that's as far as it goes, because we know we got a damn good one at home waiting for us. And it's hard to find these women. That's why a lot of guys come to Asia, because they're easier to find. That's the way they've been raised. Treat your man happy, happy man, happy life. As Brooke likes to say, happy wife, happy man he is. When Darlene's happy, I'm happy. When I'm happy, she's happy. And that's the way it should be, a mutual, respectful relationship. Michael says, being a widower and raising 3 children by myself for 20 years. Wow, respect to you, Michael. Didn't make me a choice. Laughing out loud. Women didn't want anything to do with 3 children. Yeah. Now, me, I was purposely looking for a woman that had children. Why? Because I was married young. I had 3 children of my own. I had a vasectomy. I knew that I didn't want any more children at that stage in my life. And I was happy, and I don't regret that decision at all. But I didn't want to take that away from a woman that wanted to have a family. I'll put it that way. So I said to Darlene straight away, I said, look, if you're looking for a man that, you can have children with, I'm the wrong man for you. Because I've had a vasectomy. I've been married. I'm divorced. So for me, it's over, And she said, no, I've got 2 kids. I don't want any more. I got a boy and a girl. I'm happy. And I was like, are you sure? You're not going to change your mind in the future? I said, because I can't get it reversed. It's too late. I think after 10 years, the chances of a successful reversal are less than 5%, I think, after 10 years. So, I let her know straight away because she was young and beautiful and deserved to find the right man for her, and if she wanted children, I didn't want to take that away from her, and wait until later on in the relationship where we're both deeply in love with each other and I'd end up breaking her heart. I didn't want to do that. I'm not an asshole, I couldn't do that to a woman. So for me, I had to tell her early on, within the first couple of weeks of dating, I told her, look, I am looking for a serious relationship. Yes. I'm ready to try again. However, I need to tell you X, Y, and Z about me. And, before we take it to the next level, before we start to get serious about each other, I've always believed in openness and honesty. But yeah, Michael, over here in Thailand, you'll find the women won't hold that against you. What a Sale says, I can't afford one of those high maintenance women. Simple and sweet is my type and seems plentiful in Thailand. Yeah. About 80% of the women you're describing over here in Asia. But it's not just Thailand. It's Philippines, it's Malaysia, Cambodia, Vietnam, China, Japan. They're all raised that certain way in the Asia region. Over in the West, we're raised a different way. But the way they're raised is the way we remember our childhoods. And we remember our histories, where women were happy to be at home and proud to be house moms. Nothing wrong with being a house mom. My mom was a house mom. She worked sometimes to help my dad out from time to time. If they needed a bit of extra money, she would get a part-time job or something to help out from time to time. But my mom was a very proud house mom. And I respected her for it. The house was always immaculate, always clean. Every day I had clean sheets on the bed. I had clean clothes to put on. Every day at 5 o'clock, I knew dinner was going to be on the table. Bang, at 5 o'clock. Mom used to say, come in when the street lights come on. Street lights used to come on at 5 o'clock. I'd run for that front door. Guess what? Dinner was on the table. And that's what we remember as our childhood. So it's understandable why we would want a woman like that, because we saw our moms like that. Heath McDaniel says, I was paying $40 a carton for cheap off-brand. $40 a carton and you get them $5 here. So there you go, Heath. $35 of that was tax. Pay me. Uncle Sam wants his money. Tim P says at Michael Villa, good job, sir. My respect and hats off to you for quitting smoking. Well done, buddy. That's why I got my vapes. Terry Fallon says, I've never wanted to cheat on my wife. Well done. I'll look at a pretty woman. I'm not dead, of course, but that's as far as it goes. Yes. My wife will even point out pretty women to me from time to time. She says, oh, look at her. She looks very pretty, don't she? Oh, yeah, she does. You know, she looks very presentable. The way she's dressed, she looks, you know, attractive. Yeah, and we'll comment and stuff like that. No, I like that dress. I think that would look good on you, babe. You know, well, next time we go out, let's see if we can find that dress. You know, yeah. When you have a good wife that's making you happy, you know, like Terry and so many people here on the channel that are couples, you don't want to cheat. But you doesn't stop you appreciating a pretty woman. But you're not going to go with that woman because you know what you got back home is good. It's like, no. I'm happy, buddy. I ain't going to risk this one. Shit, that's hard to find. It ain't getting easier. It's getting harder. I ain't getting rid of this unless some lucky guy take her off my hands. A new way. I'm keeping this one. Robert Pierpont says, $125 a carton in my state now was like $55 just 3 years ago. There you go. Because they always know they can always tax two things, alcohol and cigarettes. And they'll always make money. You know, people always drink. People always smoke that, you know, drink and smoke. You know, it's one of those things that they know that they can tax, like gasoline. They know they can put a state tax on your gasoline because you're going to need gasoline to get to and from work. You know, airports can do it, and well, fuel for the airplanes. They raise the taxes. Yeah. Michael Villa says, I roll my own cigarettes for $35 a month. Yeah, I used to do that back in the day. I used to roll my own cigarettes. And speaking of cigarettes and cigars, I wanted to give a shout out to a subscriber that I saw just yesterday for the very first time. He's called My Thai Paradise. He brought me 3 cigars from his home country in Denmark. Thank you, My Thai Paradise. Much appreciated. I do love my cigars, by the way. I'm one of those. I love a cigar and I love a brandy. So 2 of my favorite things in life, cigar and a brandy on a special occasion. Tim P says, Canadian cigarettes have over 2,000 additives with the tobacco, and they wonder why people here get addicted. Well, here's what my doctor told me, Tim. He says, I would rather that you vape than smoke cigarettes. He said, because in cigarettes, there's over a large percentage, I forgot, it's several hundred or 1,000, whatever the case may be, Tim. It was years ago. Chemicals in there. He says, in vapes, there's only 3. That's it. He says, it's a lot safer to vape than it is to smoke cigarettes for your body. Reg says, hi from Queens, New York. I'm seeing in the news here how the Thai police are busting all the foreign hookers who come into town, many from Africa and Uganda. Well, they've been doing that several times, Reg. They had a big cleanup of that about a year ago on Pattaya Beach Road, which is where the Thai freelancers work. They don't want to work in the bar because the bar is charging them too much money. And they just rather stand there on the side of the street. And if a gentleman approaches them, they negotiate a price and away they go. We did have some Eastern European women come and try and do the same. It's like, ooh, easy life, easy way to make some money. And then we had some South African women try, and the Eastern ones got chased off by the Thai police, then the South African women, and now the Uganda women are trying it. They all try it. Yeah. But the one thing I will say is they don't harass you, folks. Darlene and I have been walking up and down Pattaya Beach Road at night many a times, going out for a meal, going to a bar to meet up with some friends, going to watch a live band or something, entertainment. And never have they approached me. I see the men walking up and down there as well, to go out and have a good time with their friends. And they don't approach them. They don't harass them. It's not like in the West. They're very sort of demure about it. And it's the guys that normally approach them. But over here, they don't harass you like you get in the West, for customers. Robert Pierpont says, I have a buddy that is married to a Filipina, and she moved to the US with him. She is terrible. Gambling addict, mean. She is worse than an American crackhead girl, and he just takes it. Well, I didn't say all Filipinos are good. I'm not going to say all are. I've seen some bad ones, and I've seen some very good ones, but I'd say predominantly they are good. But yeah, you're going to find the bad in any culture. There's good American women out there. Of course, I know it. There's bad American women out there. There's good American men out there, bad American men. Wherever you go, you're going to have the good and the bad. But unlucky for him that he's found a bad one. But yeah, Brooks will tell you his first experience with a Filipino was not good. But his second one, he fell head over heels in love with her and married her. And her name's Jackie Schneider. So Jackie, if you're watching, well done to you and Brooke for your 2 years of marriage now in Thailand. Terry Fallon says, my wife does the same thing. She'll point out an attractive woman for me. Yeah, Darlene does that quite a lot. We'll be out and about. So, tingamo, tingamo. That's Filipino for look over there, look over there. Reg says, what are your top 3 safest good spots to eat for a new guy in town? Well, safe. 97% of the area here is safe. The only parts that I would say are unsafe is where you've got the younger generation, and they can't handle their alcohol. They're drinking too much in some of the go-go bars here, and then they get in a fight. But they're fighting each other. They're not fighting you or me. They're fighting each other, arguing with the hostess over the bar bill. Well, all these places here, and there's only a few, there's not a lot, folks. A lot of people think the whole area of Pattaya is seedy. It's not. It's only 3 roads. That's it, 3 little streets. The rest of it is normal, like you would see in your city or your town. Nothing different, and those areas, they have security and they have police around to keep the calm and keep the peace. But every now and then you'll get these young bucks who, want to challenge a Thai security guard and think that, they're a little bit of street fighting they've been doing, in some Mid-Eastern town somewhere, that they can take on these Thai security guards that know Muay Thai. And they learn very fast. They can't. These guys can kick you with their foot quicker than you could hit them with your fist. And they're expert at it, and they don't miss. And I've been down there, and I've seen Western guys laying flat on their back. And I said, oh, another one there wanted to challenge a security guard. That these guys, to become security guards, they have to know Muay Thai. They have to know martial arts, and they're very good at it. I wouldn't want to pick a fight with them, but some of these young bucks do. But no, I would say there are no unsafe areas here, Reg. And where I live, it's all safe. I've never seen a problem, where, or any of my subscribers have ever given me feedback where they felt threatened here. Nobody's ever felt threatened. Everybody I've ever had on the show or that's been here and visited, Alfa Romeo and the rest of the guys will tell you, It's very safe here in Thailand. It's one of the safest countries in the world. So, top 3 safest good spots to eat for a new guy. You want good food? Depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for good Thai food, one of my favorite places to eat is the Jomtien Boathouse. Fantastic Thai food in there. Also, the food courts in Terminal 21 and Festival Mall are fantastic. Really good quality food in there. Um, yeah, there's so many good places. It, you got lots of expat foods here. You know, if you're a big Italian food lover, you're going to find lots of Italian, German restaurants, French restaurants, Indonesian. You know, Darlene's even found, I think, 3 Filipino restaurants in the area that we visited. You know, one's over on the dark side, one here in Pattaya, and another one further down the coast. All 3 were very good food. Yeah, a lot of expats come here and they set up restaurants, and they're good, very tasty. So all depends on what you're looking for. One of my personal favorites is I love to sit at the boathouse because you can sit there and watch the ocean. It's fantastic. It's just across the street from the beach. So really good location there. And Robert says, I think he meant safe food, Coop. Well, it's all pretty safe. But then again, it all depends on your diet. I got a friend of mine here. He's very peculiar about what he can eat. Some things he can't eat, and other things he can. Things that I think are absolutely delicious, it'll screw up his stomach. And I'm like, okay, wow, you know. Providing you don't have any allergies to food, it's all good food here. Have I ever had a case of food poisoning? Once, I think I did, and I think Darlene did once as well. But that's only because I brought it home and then nuked it the next day, you know, for leftovers. But it's all pretty fresh when you eat it. The Thais are very good. When you go to the supermarkets here, you'll see all the meat is red rather than brown. And if you see brown meat, you know, like the color of the wood paneling around my stage here, don't touch it. Do not touch it, because that means the meat's pretty much dead. You know, it's past its sell-by date. But no, I don't think I've ever had really bad food, Robert and Reg. No. I hear about the odd person. They'll say, "Oh, I ate something here and it didn't go with me well, and I've got bad stomach the next day." And I'm like, "Well, I just ate there last week. The food's fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about." It's all because people are just different metabolisms on what they can handle, what they can't. If you're somebody that doesn't like spicy food, say here, my pet. Like my pet dog, my pet cat, say the words my pet. That means no spicy in Thailand. Okay? My pet. MYPET. All right? Say those 2 words. Are easy, 2 easy words for you to learn in the Thai language. My pet. Not spicy. My pet. And really easy for us expats to learn those 2 words. Terry says, great live stream, Coop. Time to earn my keep around here by doing my man chores while the wife is at work. Take care and see you next time. Regards to all in the chat, and give your wife our best, Terry. Until next time, take care, bow. Sub-Z says, hello again. Hello, Sub-Z. Welcome to the live stream. Tim P says, great stream, Coop, and everyone enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you, Tim. Will do. We're just about to wrap up. Sub-Z says, Thai food is good. Since they use coconut, it is good for health. A lot of Thai dishes are served with coconut. A lot of the soups are coconut in there. Coconut's actually very healthy for you folks. It's very good for you. And the Thais really like it. Tom Yum Goong, one of my favorite spicy soups, spicy Thai shrimp. Love it. Lots of coconut milk in there. I can sip the juice on there. It's really good. I agree, bud. Robert says, what does a Philippine restaurant serve there? Lechon? I think that's the only good Philippine food. No, they got a lot. They got adobo. They got Bihol Express. Two of my favorites there, adobo and Bihol Express, and several of the others. Lots of good dishes that they serve. What a Sale says, Thailand still looks like one of the best places currently, and I have been searching other places for a long time. Your channel has let me learn so much. And thank you. What a sale. That's what I did too. When I was searching for what I want out of my retirement, I was doing that. I was certain when I was in my 20s, Thailand was the place for me. But I wanted to know what alternatives they were there. And a lot of people said, oh, Philippines is good. Philippines is good. You know, and it is. It's good. It's cheap. The people are very friendly. But the red tape is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Here, on the other hand, there is no red tape. Everything's straightforward and easy. I go to the bank, I'm in and out in an hour. In the Philippines, I'm there the whole damn day. I lost my whole day trying to go to the bank. But it is cheap. The people are nice. It's just government screwed up, and you know, it's just too much red tape for me. I'm a diabetic, and just to get my medication, I have to have a prescription. And to get the prescription, I have to spend 10 hours in a hospital waiting in a long line. Not for me. Robert Pierpont says, Coop is trying to trick us. If you ask for my pet, they serve you dog and cat. No, they don't. Nice one there, Robert. And that's it. We're out of comments. Cooper did it all by himself, quicker than what Brooke and Cooper could do it together. Look at that. Super Cooper. And I did it in 1:36. With us two, it takes us 2 hours. So well done. And thank you all for coming on and enjoying today's live stream. Gigolos and Cougars, which one are you? Until next time, wherever you are. Oh, I forgot. One more thing. Sorry, almost forgot. Wednesday's live stream that we did on Market Watch Wednesday, we had to delete. And after we did the live stream, why did we have to delete it? Because I thought the live stream ended, and Brooke and I are sitting out here on the porch and we're having a private conversation. It was all picked up on our microphones, and the live stream was still going on when we thought it was over, and there was some personal things in there, and it was like delete. So that is why it got deleted. So if those of you are like, hey, what happened to Market Watch Wednesday's live stream? I didn't get to see it. That's why, because we took it down, folks, because there was some personal information in there, private details. Was it anything bad? No. We were talking about bank accounts and stuff like that, and we didn't want that information to be known. It's our own private business, what we got in our banks. So there you go. And without further ado, we'll end the live stream here, and we'll let you enjoy our great outro. Until next time on Monday, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Take care and stay tuned.
Up in the land of smiles, sun shining bright. Elephants wandering through the morning light. Temples glow with gold, the air's alive. Thailand's magic got me feeling so high. From the markets buzzing, colors so bold, to the stories in the streets, ancient and old. Every corner's got a vibe, it's calling my name. Cooper's out here, and I'm loving the game. Cooper's Thaiadventure. Oh, what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Cooper's Thaiadventure. Can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. Golden beaches, sand so soft and white. Crystal waves crashing under starlit nights. Snorkel in the cold, dance in the tide. Every moment's a wave, I just wanna ride. Pad Thai sizzling spice lights up my soul. Mango sticky rice, yeah, it makes me whole. Tom Yum's got that kick, flavor so divine. Thailand's food's a feast and it's blowing my mind. Coopersthaiadventure, oh what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Coopersthaiadventure, can't get it enough. Thailand's got my heart, sister, my heart. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. From Chiang Mai's mountains to Koh Samui's shore, every step's a story, I'm craving for more. Smiles all around, the people so kind. Thailand's a treasure that's one of a kind. Floating markets, lanterns in the sky. Festivals that spark like the stars up high. Jungles whisper secrets, rivers carve the land. Coopers holding Thailand in the palm of my hand. Elephants roam in the sunset's blaze. Every day's a wonder lost in a daze. From spicy street eats to the ocean's embrace. Thailand's a paradise I'll never erase. Coopersthaiadventure, oh what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Coopersthaiadventure, can't get it enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's the land that I love. So here's to the nights, the sights and the dreams. Thailand's a wonder bursting at the seams. Coopersthaiadventure, forever I'll stay in the land of smiles, where my heart swept away.